Hey, Pudge, what time is it?
It's time for the Chubby Guys podcast.
Woo!
Now, we've got a special one with us tonight. We've got Mr. Jordan Lombardo, who's probably, now they used to call Bart the Prince of Wellston. They still do call him that. You are the Prince of Jackson music probably at this point, aren't you? I mean, you've pretty well played with everybody.
Yeah, I've played with most Jackson folk I've played with.
Everybody's heard Jordan.
Multiple times.
How long have you been playing, dude? Because you're incredible.
I started guitar. I was about 9. Then I kind of switched to bass, and then I kind of switched back to guitar. I kind of do.
What order do you play now?
Hey, Pudge, you still heating your house with wood?
Hell no, man. It was way too much work. I installed a gas stove, and I've been calling Nimco Gas at 740-596-4477. I also got a hold of them at nimcogas@outlook.com as their email. And I also looked them up on their website, and that's nimcopropane.com. Chad, these guys, they've been delivering gas for over 30 years in our area. Just talked to them last week. They said that their customer base is one of the biggest it's ever been. It's one of the best things I ever did was call Nimco Gas. I got tired of dealing with all that wood. Way too much work.
Nimco.
That's kind of it's a tough question because some people who are, just kind of tragic at their instrument will say they play that instrument, and they claim it. And then there are people that can kind of play it.
I'm that guy.
And they're better, but they're like, I don't really play that because that's not their thing.
Yeah.
But I'd say guitar and bass for sure. I play drums at my church.
Okay.
I play piano. And then I sing.
What's your favorite?
It depends. It depends on the genre, I'd say. Guitar's been my favorite lately.
You've been jamming.
Yeah.
I've really been enjoying guitar.
Do you get to the point where you miss playing one? You're like, I like to go play it.
Sometimes, but I play with enough people, and I play different things with the different people to where I can.
How many bands are you playing in right now?
Let's see. I'd say 4. So I'm playing with Colby Likens, which our name kind of have a working title right now. We don't really have a name necessarily yet. Colby Wildwood Franklin, which is Morgan Washam.
Yeah.
We just introduced Keith Wilson. I don't know if you guys know him. He's one of the band directors. I think he's a band director.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
if
is. Yeah, the schools.
Band.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's excellent on drums. And then Jason Hoag's playing with us there. And then I'm on guitar. And then I have a couple groups in Columbus that I play with.
Yeah. How's that going? Where are you playing at up there?
We play all kinds of places. We play the first show I ever played with that group, with the main group I play with in Columbus. I drove up there. I'd never met any of these people. It was through a mutual friend, and I showed up, and it was hilarious. The bar was called Daddy's, and it was a gay bar, and it just threw me.
Yeah.
It was,
What do you mean? You're not used to that around here or what, bud? That's pretty new for you?
Well, no. I mean, it's not in a discriminatory way, but, it was just like I didn't expect it. It was like they had the paintings on the walls.
Tell us. I want to hear all about it.
It was pretty gay in the most literal sense. I mean, all my bandmates are, well, not all of them. Some of them are gay, So I mean, it's not like it wasn't super weird, but it was strange to walk into. But yeah, we play at this little we played a lesbian bar up there, Slammers. I don't know if it's technically a lesbian bar. Is it? She's shaking her head. Yes, I guess it is. I don't know what constitutes an actual. I don't know if that's like something you have on your like business.
Probably not.
I think if you just have enough lesbians show up.
Then it is. Yeah, right.
They do. They actually have a really long history.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. If you go and look at their website, you can read all about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, I mean, we played there over the summer. We kind of slowed down. Now we play 3 or 4 times a week.
Hey, do you want to help develop your child's athletic ability? Or maybe you want to get off the couch and make yourself a little bit better. They earn the day at AP Prep. Look them up, apprep.info.
My God, as a parent of an 8-year-old with a family and moving through life, the best thing I ever did was download the McDonald's app. What a breeze. Order for your family. Pull up. They bring it to you. Easy. Download the app today from McDonald's.
Month there.
Ooh, cool.
That's kind of the places we play. It's really fun. It's like
It's
one of the most fun places. Like they go crazy.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's awesome.
Are you guys getting crazy crowds again? Are the crazy crowds back?
Oh yeah. I don't think they ever left.
Well, they were shut down. You just couldn't do it.
Well,
for a
yeah,
while.
yeah. That first show I was telling you about that I showed up to, it would have been the first like December or November after COVID. So what, 2020, December 2020.
You had to
so
stay seated.
Yeah. No, I mean we were in there. It was full blast. No one was wearing masks, which
Really?
I was surprised because at that point I didn't.
At that point, they were kind of easing back into it, weren't they? Yeah.
Well, I expected where it's Columbus to be more, it's a little bit more liberal than it is here. I expected more masks, but
Yeah,
there's no masks. Everyone was just going at it. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
which I didn't have a problem with.
Yeah,
that.
bring it on.
You getting into any original stuff here lately?
Original wise, I'm not writing anything. Wildwood Franklin, we do
all original.
almost all originals. We'll do a couple covers.
So I mean, I guess my question is like, what's your overall goal right now? Like, how old are you, Jordan?
I am 28.
28. I mean, you're so good, dude. Like you could be anywhere you wanted to playing music. And I've always kind of wondered, like, what's a guy like you thinking right now playing music around here? Like, what's your goal with it?
Well, initially, so as soon as I left college, which was in 2017, I kind of stuck around for a little bit, and then I had some auditions, and I got approved to play on a cruise ship. So I was going to try to do that for a while, and they give you contracts that are like 9 months.
Yeah,
they give you
seasonal.
Yeah. So and I applied mid contract. Now this was in 2019. So right after, before I was supposed to be getting on a ship, in March or whenever the contract was up, and they started sending, looking for bass player for X show. And that's when the world shut down.
Yeah.
Great
timing, man.
That market got destroyed. And then ever since then, I've just been kind of.
You want to do that again?
I'd like to. I mean, I don't know if that industry is fully recovered yet. I don't know what I haven't looked into it. I'm just kind of.
Well, you would know more about that than anybody. You travel more than any of us.
Yeah, but man, not leisure travel.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, like
I think
things are definitely opening up again.
But I think
the
that
airports.
area got hit.
It did. Actually, it's interesting that you say that. My wife was actually looking into. It's Helena's 21st birthday in New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And they were looking at things to do on a cruise was one of the things. And
21.
Getting the reviews and stuff back on them, it sounds like maybe it's still struggling a bit. And they've changed a lot of their stuff. Like you used to be able to do like the all-inclusive packages and a lot of stuff.
Now
like
it's
not
a la carte.
it's not nearly as friendly as far as that goes.
Huh. I'd be scared to death out there.
I don't know if I would be. I've never really been on.
You're a pretty chill guy though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something I contemplated for a long time, but
Hey, are you a business owner looking for insurance coverage? Give this guy a call. You know him. You trust him. Jason Gillum, Gillum Insurance, 740-395-0190.
Hey guys, on behalf of the Chubbies, huge thanks to Geiger Brothers Construction. Give them a call at 740-286-0800. They've been great community supporters, and they are a friend of the Chubby program, so thank you, Geiger Brothers Construction.
the only cons that I found while researching, I did some extensive research before I even applied. The biggest con was you don't really have anything to do because you play a show pretty much nightly. And you're paid well, and the only place the money can go is on the cruise ship. So you're either gambling or you're drinking.
Yeah.
And
I don't drink.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, that's not a con for me. So
Yeah.
Are you a gambler? You think you'd went on there and gamble?
I don't think I mean, I've done some light gambling, like
Yeah.
You don't think you're going to catch the bug? I mean,
no,
yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Like, what is, like, is that similar to, like, joining, like, a house band? like I'm thinking like Vegas or Nashville or something like that. I mean, L.A., Hollywood.
I'd imagine it is. I'd imagine it's similar. I don't know much about like house bands, or
Right,
how they
right.
operate exactly, but it's. I mean, you're pretty much, there's several different kinds of gigs that you can get there. They can be solo, playing with a band.
There's hotel circuits.
Oh my! I mean, yeah. There's.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's a ton of people that are getting paid in music, and you would probably never dream of that being, like you think of all the shows and stuff in Vegas, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
Even some of the smaller ones. I mean, and it's not like they're hiring people that aren't very good musicians.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that's always the thing that just amazes me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're hiring, and this is. You guys both. Do you play music?
I
a little
don't,
bit,
man. I
or
wish
you
I could. I
don't
wish
play?
I could.
Okay.
No, I listen to it. I
couldn't
don't.
remember.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the best musicians aren't on the radio. They're not on the top 40.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
The best producers are on the top 40.
Yeah.
The best musicians are playing stuff like that. Because,
Okay.
Or they're on that record. They help build it.
Oh
Or-
yeah.
or-
I mean, yeah. The studio musicians for sure. But I mean, there's a kind of people think that because the artist is profitable that they're good at music. I mean, they're good at selling themselves, and
Right.
they're good entertainers, but most of the time it's kind of they're kind of just a face,
Right.
and then the producers and everything under them kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to do like a. I mean, it all depends on what area you're going for. I mean, if you're going for music on the radio, then you got to build music that's on the radio.
Right. Right.
If you're going for the, like I always look at like, this Americana genre that you're going for, it seems like more of a freelance, but you give that time and it'll get its share of big heads in there, and it'll all start sounding, it'll have a certain, it's already got a certain sound,
Yeah.
which is just different than what's on the radio.
Well,
But
it's been a little more popularized here recently. It seems.
yeah,
like. And I don't know why, but you are starting to see more.
you're seeing more of it, and you're seeing more guys claim that genre.
Right.
With their stuff, because there again, country's always been what's on the radio.
Right.
Donnelly showed us that. I mean,
Well, I mean, I'm curious. Like, though, all right, take one of these Americana singers.
Childers.
Okay, take Childers. I mean, how big of now he's playing big arenas, right?
Well, Tyler went and saw him 2 nights ago at Rep Arena with Ricky Skaggs and Chris Stapleton.
Right.
And Dwight.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, and I mean, I have followed, quote unquote, that genre a little bit. I mean, he's certainly on the edge of the stuff I listen to, like the folky Americana stuff. And I mean, I was used to when I was in college and got big into that kind of stuff, John Prine, Todd Snyder, those guys, Robert Earl Keen. I mean, you would go see those guys play in like an arena of, like a big arena for one of those dudes is like 2,500 people.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
times.
For Tyler to be jumping on there with Stapleton,
Yeah, man. I mean,
Americana's jumped up.
it has, because I think it's almost blended. Like you're seeing country artists play with those guys sometimes.
Well, what's happened? The internet.
Well, yeah, and I think that what you're seeing is that there's some cross pollination between the two genres, and some of their fans will like both.
It's at your
Yeah.
thumbs.
Well,
now
Yeah.
they can hear.
Oh, yeah.
The genre of Americana. I mean, it's in the name. It's basically music that came from America.
Sure.
So it's it can be any kind of cocktail of.
Yeah, and
that's kind of
what it is.
folk,
yeah.
bluegrass,
well,
rock,
and
jazz.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what it is. Like you get like these bluesy, like jazz
That Sturgill
riffs.
call to arms is
Oh,
full
my
blown
goodness.
rock and roll, but I
Oh,
bet you
yeah.
that they would say it's Americana.
Sure, I mean, I guarantee if you
Yeah.
walked in the old school record store, that's what you would find in it.
And that's as driving ass rock song as you're ever going to find.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and just like some of the new country, man, you get into like Hardy and some of that stuff. You're telling me that's not rock
That's
and roll,
90s
dude?
rock.
Yeah,
new,
dude.
new country is rock.
I mean,
Well, I told you whenever
Yeah.
Hardy came out was sold out. I
Absolutely.
said, watch him just flip this genre right
yeah,
here.
yeah. We were playing it in here, jamming it,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, that's not like.
Dude, have you listened to that? Hardy sold out. It's hard. It's like a 90s just driving rock song. I mean,
It might have just a little bit of a twang to it here and there, but man, I mean, dude, that's rock and roll.
It's got
dude.
that country coming in on the one, just
yeah.
drive. You know, I don't know if I'm even saying that right. Your head's probably.
I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because Jordan's one of those guys. You can bust out notes like Jordan knows the note. Like you'll be like, well, that's a 16th, or that's a, you know that you're like Bo. You guys are like music theory guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what my degree's in, so I hope I can do it a little bit.
Is that what your degree is?
And I have a couple more, at least an associate's from YouTube University.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
A couple of them. So,
I might have one of those myself.
oh yeah.
But now, tell me, when it comes to different genres and things like that, I mean, you're talking about all the different bands you've played with. I would venture to guess that, like, you've kind of been all over the board, man. You can probably play anything from country to Americana to rock and roll to
Jazz. He's in a jazz band.
grunge. I mean, like,
I'd love to come hear you do that jazz. Is it a quartet that you got?
Yeah, we played. I've played trio with Keith that I was telling you about. That's playing with us. We did a trio.
He's that drummer. Then he can play jazz.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ryan Hurd was playing sax
Yeah,
with us,
yeah.
and then we had a couple other guys, and Jason was playing with us. I think we had.
well,
I
I'd
think we had
love to
6
hear
people
that.
night.
Where do you guys play?
We played the big group that we got together. I think it was 6 people. We played at Roast and Chill Coffee.
Yeah, Trent's.
okay.
That's our boy Trent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friend of the program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, I would love, I mean, that is a powerful sound, man. Such relaxing music, in my
Well,
opinion.
isn't that kind of like that's the mecca, isn't it? I mean, if you're pretty good at jazz, you can pretty much do it all.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, jazz just like you were talking country. You know, you have soft country from
Sure.
the '90s, country today. It's all
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Kind of the same. That's how
they're
jazz
starting to
is.
distinguish those.
Yeah, jazz is a huge.
What would you, all right, so
huge
like
genre.
when Jordan's just, throwing in the, the ear pods at night, what are you listening to, man?
There's a couple different things. There's it's kind of twofold. There's one that's kind of analytical if I'm studying for
Trying
a
to
show.
learn.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Which that's the Spotify like Wrapped that they do every year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so upset because every year I get like it's stuff that I don't like or want to listen to, and it's like, you listen to this song 50,000 times.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I don't ever have true statistics.
Yeah, right,
on like
right,
what I'm
right.
listening to.
Right.
But and this probably goes for a lot of musicians. What I listen to for pleasure is very weird. Like
Okay.
a lot of times, well, to most people, it probably be weird.
So define this.
Yeah. Are you
Give me an
saying
example.
like not non-mainstream or
Well,
what?
so this here's a metaphor that I'm going to use, and if it's not appropriate, you can always cut it out or whatever. Think of like
Chad's about to die on us. It's 2 weeks in a row. Chad's about to die.
Boy, I'll tell you what, man. I had to get some. Do we have a defibrillator?
Yeah, we're going to put it in defib.
Maybe an oxygen tank.
Sorry.
think of like a really weird, like disgusting guy watching pornography.
Okay.
Like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay.
It's not going to be normal stuff.
Probably
It's
not,
not going to be like college girl. Like,
No.
It's going to be something
Yeah, he's
because he's
yeah.
that's what he does.
Yeah.
All right. What do you think Jeffrey Dahmer's porn
he's-
title
well,
would
I
be?
mean, I don't know, cannibalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, something foul.
Yeah, yeah,
but I mean, it's the same. It's kind of the same with music, and I don't want to
This is okay. I got to hear where's this going.
Saying it is kind of pretentious, but whenever you hear certain music so much, you start whenever you understand music to a certain degree, you hear it like a little bit differently than some other people would hear it. And it's why if I were to sit in with like a country cover band, and it's the reason why they think you're like a god if you can just hop in and play. But it's like it's not that complex. It's because this is every song.
And the last 7 bands that you've been playing have played at this same songs.
Yeah. I mean, so like when you hear something that repetitive enough, you hear all the genres. Like you've heard everything on the radio. You just start trying to find like I want to find some stuff that's exciting again,
sure,
cool.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it is like some weird jazz stuff, which
it's cool, man. That's an interesting way to look at it. It's like you just need something maybe a little bit deeper, a little edgier.
Yeah, just like
rougher.
Stuff that you'll analyze either the harmony, like the notes that go into it, or has different rhythms that most people aren't.
So is it impossible for you to listen to music without analyzing it a little bit? Yeah.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
Which is it's not that bad. I mean, because a lot of people say that whenever you're talking about music theory, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't want to learn music theory because then everything's theoretical." It's not necessarily like that. It's just you kind of just understand it to a different degree. Yeah. But in turn, it makes the experience that much more, useful and meaningful, because now if I played a chord on the piano,
sure, one
person might say, "Oh, that sounds jazzy. It sounds like Christmas." Well, like if I play that same chord to Jason Hogue, he could say, that's a C flat 7 with a flat 9, sharp 11. It just means something else to him. So,
right. Checkers and chess. I mean,
checkers and the Olympics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
totally different. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, if you had to pick a go, what's your favorite song? This will tell me a lot. What's your favorite?
See, I don't think I could pick a favorite.
Well, I know how that is too.
And it changes so much.
Yeah, it does.
It's ever changing.
If you had to pick a favorite song right now, what do you want?
Favorite song right now? I'm trying to think of what I've been listening to.
That way, this will give me an idea on what's in Jordan Lombardo's. What's in his repertoire.
Man, that's a really tough question.
Or you're probably listening to a lot of stuff right now just to figure it out for the upcoming show.
Well, I'm trying to think of someone that you would know for one.
Well, I don't want to know them. That way you can just tell me.
There's a girl, Esperanza Spalding. I really like her. She's a bass player and vocalist, and she just writes all kinds of different crazy music. But it's kind of, it's everything. It's jazz, rock.
Yeah.
Anything fun, interesting like that. But there's always.
Where do you find your new music?
Usually on the internet. There's a small community of people that listen to like
weirdos.
Yeah. well, right now the big thing is like jazz mixed with like hip hop elements. That's like the big thing kind of now in the jazz scene, and then there are branches of that kind of style. Did
you guys listen to Rick Rubin on Rogan the other day?
I haven't had a chance.
That's cool because Rick Rubin changed the game. So he talks about he found this. He talks about the evolution of the Beastie Boys and how LL Cool J. But you think about a guy that completely started a genre. That Rick Rubin was that guy.
He was right there, man.
He did Run DMC and Walk This Way, and he was talking about how Aerosmith was kind of on like they had a really bad spell after the 70s. Whenever I forget that guy's name that left them, Joe Perry, maybe.
Yep.
And he left them, and then they were tanking. Okay, so then Run DMC comes out with that
Walk This Way.
They do that little mix, and
Walk
they're like,
This Way.
and they wanted to do that song, and how it then catapulted Aerosmith and Run DMC.
Yeah.
Then he talked about, he gets into all of it, but it was very interesting.
I'll check that out, man. That does sound interesting.
But it's like how, you if you're just listening to the top 40 and thinking that you're gonna, I don't mean this in a bad way, but like, if you're wanting to get deeper into music, you're gonna have to get deeper into music.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I think a lot of people, music is simply an escape for them or whatever, or something to pass time on that drive when they're going to work. And I mean, they like that stuff that you hear every day. I mean,
Yeah.
And I mean,
I like feel good music. I like music that pumps
and
me
listen,
up.
I'll listen to that too, man. I mean, I'll listen to anything, man. For the most part, shit, I was on here the other day talking about listening to the church hymns.
Yeah, he listens to
classical
choral hymns.
So yeah, choral hymns.
You like it?
It's kind of weird.
I listen to.
You in on that, man?
Yeah.
So I'm not that big of a weirdo.
I don't think it's weird.
I'm telling you what, man.
That's the OG music.
Hey, man.
Before they were instruments, that's what they were doing.
Well, I mean, if you want to look at like just, I mean, I find it relaxing. I mean, I know that probably wasn't the intention of the chorus for a man to be sitting there smoking a cigar and drinking a glass of bourbon.
Yeah.
Listening to, one of these old classic hymns. But damn it, it's moving. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely different.
Choral music is beautiful in my opinion, man. I mean,
yeah, I love it. That's the rehearsal I just got back from, was church choir.
there you go, man. There you go.
You've stayed pretty active, always playing in church, haven't you?
Yeah,
You played at my church for a while.
I've been playing there in church in general, not the same one necessarily.
Did you see where
10 or 11 years.
Did you see what that church just did?
I heard someone talking about a vote or something. I don't know anything about it
Yeah,
though.
this affiliation.
Yeah.
What's that? They like leave
The Christ United Methodist title, I guess.
Moving to a different.
They moved to the Global United, so like now that pastor leaves, it was kind of a takeover type of situation,
kind
really.
Of a shakeup.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
all that's pretty. The man-made side of religion is. I don't mess with them.
Yeah,
Different denominations, like
Yeah, I think it's disgusting. No,
I mean,
sorry.
I mean,
you know what I don't like?
Kind of ruins the whole thing for me.
I'm having a hard time with some of these religions, and like the fact that it's like the public education system, and you go to another place and it's the same exact sermon, but just a different guy doing it, which is like public education. You go second grade here, you go second grade there, same. You're going to be on the same place, and it's like, man, I just really just want to get a little food for thought. Give me something to get through the work week, and let's move on.
Yeah, I think that what this is going to be wildly unpopular, but you know what? I don't care. I'm coming out. I think that
I'm going to clip it to where it just says I'm coming out.
that's fine too. I mean, I don't know, man. Where religion and finances intersect is where we really see what this shit's all about.
Yeah.
And I find it personally disgusting.
I do too. Yeah, I'll be honest. I really do too.
Yeah. So
it's more of a business model than it is about the religion anymore.
A lot of money in it, dude.
A lot of money,
and that's fine. I mean, make your money however you want, but like to me, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's weird.
Don't wave the Bible and ask for $1, dude. I'm not interested.
No. I was telling Mindy the other day. There's this one guy, local guy that I'd like to go here, man. He's always worked. There's actually a couple of them.
Yeah.
They've always worked, and they've always.
Yeah.
You just feel like they're there for the right reasons.
There you go.
It's like
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm all into this. Giving a man housing and health care and all this stuff, and I know what they say about all that, but it's like, it's pretty easy gig anymore.
I'll tell you, dude. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of like, I don't know.
There's a lot of
I mean, I'm sure.
hypocrisy,
I guess, and I feel like it really gets showcased in incidents like that. I mean, it's one of the larger churches in this town, and created a damn civil war.
Yeah, it did.
Over more or less political motives and things. And I mean, I just think like, good God, is that what we're doing in church now?
Yeah.
See, I never.
Are we watching Fox News and CNN in church? I mean,
I figured that all stemmed from a wedding.
I don't have any idea.
I was in the wedding world for a while, doing those weddings, and you could kind of almost see all that brewing. Now, I may be totally wrong, and I may be speaking out of turn.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
I mean, I know nothing about it, man. I don't. I shouldn't even speak
I'm
on it.
I'm
Yeah.
not a member, so
Yeah, I'm not either. I shouldn't speak on it, man. I always feel sorry for people when it happens, man. It's like, geez, man, there's people probably gone to that church their whole life.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's like probably a pretty big blow. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll see. It may pass just like anything else.
It probably will.
I miss you playing in there.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
Hey,
was
let,
some
let
of
me
the-
ask you something. Speaking of, one of the common threads we've had with musicians on our show is,
Playing in church.
yes, seems
Yeah.
like a lot of people got their start playing in church. Are you in that crew?
I'm not.
You started playing and then kind of
Yeah.
went ahead and played in
It was
church
about-
because that was something you enjoyed doing.
Yeah. It was several years before I ended up coming to church.
Did you play a bar or church first?
Bar. It was
What was your first gig, Jordan?
my first.
What was your first
so
bar gig?
My first bar gig, and I was 17,
Oh, nice.
was Swamps.
Nice, nice.
Cheers on that.
I was,
boy.
I was very uncomfortable.
Who'd you play that
I'd
with?
say,
Dan McCarty.
Okay.
It was Dan McCarty, Jerry Morgan.
Yeah.
yeah. All we darn, man. That's cool.
Yeah,
Which
so that
was-
was like 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah.
little kid.
Hey man, I thought the Swamps was a fun place to play.
Well, I was a little uncomfortable. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And the second time I played at the Swamps, which was about a year or two ago, I was talking to Bart, and he didn't know that I had already played there,
yeah.
and he's like, "Do you have a gun?" I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, so
that's
it's gonna be
classic.
fun.
I'd say that's probably the roughest.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah,
That's the roughest around anymore.
anywhere where when I drive and I have no service, no Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I'm already a little like
Yeah.
I was a little uncomfortable
Yeah,
at that point.
yeah,
Like, oh man,
Have you played down to Grove yet in Piketon?
Hey, is that place kind of coming back?
I think so.
Like, man, years ago, that was like, it was always like notoriously rough.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I mean, is the Swamps kind of notoriously rough? I've always had a great time when I've been in the
I've
Swamp.
never seen that I know of the first fight there
Yeah.
at
yeah,
Swamps.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little wild.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but like I don't know that I've ever been to a concert there. I mean, I was normally there like in an afternoon or something, like grabbing a pizza. Or it seems like we used to get down there some when we worked at Western Side.
Maybe. First time I ever played there, you remember how you back that pool table up against the wall? Did you play inside or out?
I played outside.
Yeah. If you played inside, I played in there with Barton. He had to shove that pool table all the way up back against the wall, and he took his guitar at the end of the night, knocked out one of them. He didn't mean to the first time, but then realized what it did and just did it again. He was a
What, a
showman.
ceiling tile or
No,
what was it?
the fluorescent light.
Oh, he just knocked it out.
He didn't mean to, but I mean, hell, the ceiling in there is like 7 foot
man.
tall, and you know how at the end of the night he'd do this thing where he
yeah,
did
yeah,
it, and whenever he did that, he knocked that thing out, and it looks so cool when he did it. He just did the other.
That's legendary.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He was giving it to
What a
him
legend.
down there that
Yeah.
night. That man, the first time I ever played down there was with him, and it was St. Patty's Day,
Yeah.
Nice.
and that place was rocking.
What year was that?
Oh, that would have probably been 2008, somewhere around there, probably. Maybe. I can't remember. Bands were dead here for a while. Do you remember that? Like, there was a time period, like, from the mid-'90s, probably, maybe late '90s, 2000s. Like, whenever I was 21, whenever I was in the bar scene, like, running it, like, going to different bars, drinking, partying, doing that whole thing, there was never bands.
Yeah, there wasn't, man. And I mean, I missed a good bit of that time here, but like when I was here, I don't remember there being like now even in like back like early, let's say like 2008 through 2000. I mean, dude, like there was somebody playing
Oh, every day.
every weekend somewhere, everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it came back after like a 10-year high. Those DJs kind of started taking off.
Well, did this is a curious point for both of you guys because you were in this world at the time. What did COVID do to live music and bands and stuff? Did it keep on going? I mean, I know a lot of people went online and kind of got through it that way, but like it seemed like people were kind of starved to get back at it. when it.
I don't think it hurt it. I mean, it hurt it while it was going on.
Yeah.
Well, because everything was closed.
Yeah,
right?
but now
I'd
it's
say,
back, full go.
Yeah.
It did start a lot of people trying to do like live things, like
Streaming.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to watch anyone stream. I don't care if it's my favorite artist ever. I don't want to get them.
Chad likes that. He likes to watch Todd Snyder and all this.
Sometimes, yeah. I was
like-
during COVID. I was.
Yeah.
I feel like the sound quality suffers, and it's just like
Big time.
it feels weird. It's like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched during COVID. I did watch a lot of artists, like because you had like every Sunday Snyder went.
In the morning.
Yeah, there were certain ones that like
church.
you know, yeah. I think that's what we called it.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And it was. I mean, you had. I don't know. There were several artists that did it, and then like I thought it was fun. Like Shane Runyon had that one on there one time that was really good. It just seemed like different people would pop up here and there. And it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Some of the local guys.
Yeah, everybody was kind of trying to stay relevant.
Yeah.
You know, I was like you, the sound quality, especially if you had a band, I mean, the sound quality was just so bad you couldn't even listen to it.
Yeah.
The ears, the human ears have changed. I mean, you know.
Oh, there's a certain expectation on the sound that you're getting.
Can you imagine the sound, like quality-wise, like back in the 60s, like whenever a band would play? Like, I forget who I was
Imagine they used to play on live radio, man.
They said, like, Rolling Stones said that it was the Beatles. Is it the Rolling Stones or the Beatles that said there was a time period in their career when there just wasn't enough sound equipment to get over the crowd.
Yeah, to keep up with
to keep up with the noise of the crowd, like there is
canceled
now.
so much of it out.
Yeah,
that makes sense. That's yeah. Well, imagine even further back, whenever you had classical singers trying to sing over an orchestra.
With no amplification.
1800s, they had to rely on the architecture
of the room. Yeah.
Did you ever go above calls?
I have not been above there.
It was built for that.
Yeah, I heard that it's beautiful up there. Run down, but
yeah, they were talking about that at Ford's Theater, how there was no microphones back then, and that's just how you'd have to.
Yeah,
man, that'd be crazy, man. But if everybody stays quiet, you can do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and your people, your audiences knew that too, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wish we'd had you up in the old studio. We did that thing with Don Lee up there one time, and he just did like a songwriter night. Did you come up there for that?
No, I remember you talking about that.
And
it had good acoustics.
Oh, it was beautiful. God, you could have turned up your headphones and put it up there, and just the reverb off of it. It just let it play in the room. And
that was unbelievable, man. I mean, that was really cool.
I had like one little speaker, and there was about 40 people up there, and everybody brought a lawn chair and a cooler.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. So,
nice.
What else? Anything else we need to cover, bud?
I don't know.
The ever famous slogan?
Yeah. Where are you playing next, man?
I'm playing at Stockroom Saturday.
Okay.
And then Stockroom the next Saturday.
Well, this episode might catch that.
And then, so that's Saturday the 22nd.
Yep.
And then I'm playing the 29th. This upcoming one is Wildwood Franklin. The next one is going to be with Colby.
Okay.
You can just leave your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then me and Jason.
Yeah.
Because it's just, same bass and guitar.
Yeah.
You ought to try to plug in them big old subs.
I think someone got that figured out finally.
I had it to where all you had to do is plug in. I had
really?
I had a channel up there, but it was my board.
Oh.
Now they've got their own board now.
Oh, I remember going up there. It was a mess. Like, it was just like everything.
Yeah, I don't think I never had you guys in there with anything whenever I was there. Did you play? If you did, it might have been over there on the little side.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't think so.
We didn't have too many like bands in there whenever I had it, but a year and a half of that was COVID.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, you didn't have an opportunity.
I'd have Runyon, and I had some bands, but not.
I just remember painting.
Yeah, Jordan painted all through COVID.
Yeah.
You painted everywhere. You painted in there. You painted at the apartments.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You completely painted my apartments for me.
Yeah, that was
Him and Jeff.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize maybe the guy's a painter, man.
Oh, he is. He's a good painter.
About that.
Yeah. Jordan will mask it all off once, and then he's done. I mean, he gets her done.
Yeah, I try.
We'll have to bring you over here and talk about coffee one of these days. Jordan's my daily coffee.
Yeah. I'm very into coffee.
Yeah,
he's very into coffee.
Well, I mean, we'll have to have
side.
the next time we'll have to do a coffee podcast.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, look us up. We got some Chubby merch coming up. Anything we need to tell them about Chubby merch? How far have you gotten on this?
Chubby Guys Cuddle Better. It's going to be our sweatshirt
Ooh.
slogan.
Listen to that.
Chubby Guys Cuddle Better.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah. All right.
That's what I've got right now.
That's what you've got right now? All right. Do you have a logo yet? Is it going to be me and Is it going to be me and Chad cuddling?
Oh, that'd be cute.
It would. Really.
Probably should do that.
If people are looking for an ugly Christmas sweater.
And that's it.
Yeah. So I don't think we got anything else coming up. We got a rapper coming on.
Who's that?
I ain't telling you.
It's
All
a
right,
surprise.
all right,
It's a
all
surprise.
Well, I think if you would have told me, I wouldn't have known anyways, because I don't think I know any rappers.
Yeah, we got a rapper coming up. We got some stuff. We got some good stuff.
Guys
planned.
got some stuff brewing,
Hey,
man.
and
We got some other shows coming up.
for all the dads out there.
Yeah,
we talked about this. We've got a unique bonding situation that a father and son have had, and they're going to have their own podcast with it. And what's it called? The Weekly Noob.
The Weekly Noob.
And it's Matt Rosler and his son Reed.
Yes.
And they are going to talk about how they game together. And I caught like 10 minutes of it.
Video games,
they're
man.
talking about esports and like, dude, they're giving out scholarships now.
Oh, I know, man.
And so I caught, what we catch 4 minutes of it.
Yeah, right.
But I could already tell that that's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a good one, man. And I mean, the thing is that my perspective on it isn't very good because I don't know anything about it. But like, I could see like how they've bonded over that.
Yeah.
And I mean, you got a perspective of a 40 plus guy our age.
Yeah.
And then a guy that's 16.
Yeah.
And I mean, the way they argue back and forth about the different games and stuff,
Yeah.
I think it's going to be money.
Yeah, I do too. So, and I tell you, it was cool to watch the two of them too.
Yeah. So be looking on our channel for the Noob, the Weekly Noob.
The Weekly Noob. All right. Well, hey, give us a like, smash that thumb.
Smash it. Buy some merch.
ChubbyGuysPodcast.com. See you.